What's good with y'all? So I had to go back to what really truly set up my life. The thing that truly changed my life. The first year that I started this journey, going from over 300 pounds with no hope to losing over 100 pounds that same year, from determination, will, wanting to really change, but most importantly, I wanted to know what self love was. Back then I was very insecure, shy, nervous, didn't really believe in myself, had no self worth, no self respect. You know, I truly gave up on myself. I thought I had no potential. But then you get to a point where it's like, you get tired of feeling like that and you just take that one step forward and you stick with it. And next thing you know, you truly just changed your life. And that's what this is all about. I want to go real deep into this journey. But this is mostly specific on how you can apply this from what I went through, from what I've learned. I'd rather for you to take something away from my journey, how I was able to truly transform my life, because this right here is the true way that you're able to have a full on body transformation. This right here is the full guide right here. But hopefully this will motivate so many people, because this what this is all about, is going from rock bottom to fully confident within yourself. So where it all began. From as far back as I can remember, I was always the biggest kid. My weight was always that uninvited guest that overshadowed everything that I did. My weight affected my friendships, self esteem, and my mental state, leaving me feeling very insecure. I'm talking about throughout my whole entire childhood, from as young as 8, 9, 10, throughout middle school, all the way throughout high school. I was always overweight and chubby. And back then, I always associated my weight with how the way I feel. Every time I look in the mirror, I was always insecure, just for the simple fact that I was chubby. And yeah, I would get teased about it, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was cool with everybody, I was always getting teased sometimes. Yeah, I got the Fat Albert jokes. I got, the circle jokes, eating too much. I'm going to eat the buffet. I got all that. You know what I'm saying? Even from your homies. You could be from the people. You could be your own homies, bro, out here cooking your ass, bro. I was getting that shit throughout my whole entire childhood. And because of all that, it always left me feeling some sort of way. Even though I know most people are joking, it still got some truth behind it. And because of that, it left me feeling very insecure about myself. But there was one thing that I did back then was football. Football was the only sport that I played back then. It was the one thing that I could truly use my weight towards my advantage. I'm talking about the coaches would look at me, he's like, bruh, get your ass on the field, bruh. And next thing you know, I was playing football for a few years. But even back then, going from midget league to middle school, let's go all the way to the midget league. I was overweight back then. There was a weight limit back then where, you know, we had a league between 9 to 12-year olds. And the weight limit back then was 135 pounds. And here my ass was over 145, 150, even 160 as a 9, 10, 11-year old, 12-year old. You know what I'm saying? And what they had me do was have me going to in those trash bag suits, full geared up and running them laps, bear crawls, anything to lose all that excess weight. All for the simple fact I was overweight. So I'm trying to tell you is I've been overweight almost my whole entire life. I know what it's like. But then you gotta wonder what was that, you know, lifestyle like. I'm a kid, so I can't blame myself. Of course, like, right after school or right after football practice, guess what you doing? You snacking and playing the game all day. And that's exactly what I was doing back then. I was a heavy gamer, gaming from sunrise to sundown, trying to level up on the game, trying to get the camos, trying to get the achievements, trying to get the unlocks. But most importantly, I was escaping reality, because truth of the matter, I just truly hated who I was as an individual. I suffered traumas. I suffered a lot of things, but at the time I didn't really truly understood, or I was just burying it. Don't want to really face it. And I realized I would use video games or even food as a way to cope, to comfort myself. I didn't realize I was truly traumatized back then till, being older now and looking back, I realized, wow, I was really coping extremely hard. But once I got to high school, that's when things really truly changed. That's when things got real serious. I'll never forget, it's my freshman year of high school, and we had severe, intense training. This is during the summertime. This is 2014. I was a freshman that year, and bruh, like I just remember how they just trained us. Like at least the head coach, man. Like we was pretty much trained like D1, NFL. I don't know, like we was just getting ready for the Super Bowl or something because they had us running like crazy that whole entire practice season. Had us working out like crazy. Even though like there was signs that I like working out, as in with the weightlifting, man, that was some intense ass cardio that we had to do. And one day we had to do a thing called the conditioning test where all we do is run, test our conditioning. And we did all types of stuff that day. And man, it was a hot summer day and we barely drank any water. And from all that intense working out, I felt intense pain throughout my whole entire body. It was so bad that right after everything was said and done that I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even bend over and take my cleats off. I was in so much pain. That's when I realized something wasn't right. Go home, still wasn't feeling right. Try to take Epsom salt baths, anything like that, trying to calm down. But man, it was so rough, bro. Like I might have to go to the hospital. And one red flag was when I used the bathroom and when I was urinating, that shit was brown. My urine was brown. I was pissing blood. And at the time, I didn't even know it. Went to the urgent care, got tested out. Yeah, you need to go to the ER. Went to the ER and found out I was suffering from rhabdomyolysis. And if you know about that, ooh wee. If you know, you know. So my battle with rhabdomyolysis, man. Rhabdomyolysis is the breakdown of muscle tissue that releases a protein called myoglobin into the bloodstream. This can lead to kidney damage, extreme pain, and even life-threatening complications if untreated. I was hospitalized for 8 days with severe pain in my legs and my lower back. I couldn't even walk, and my urine turned extremely dark brown, an alarming sign of muscle breakdown and kidney distress. The pain was so intense, unlike anything I've ever felt before. I was in bed, barely able to move, and I was hooked up to IVs to help my body recover. I was in the hospital for over 8 days after that. And it's even in the name muscle breakdown, rhabdomyolysis. And my urine was brown for quite some time, and they hooked me up with IVs just to, get myself hydrated. I would never forget just this. I was in so much pain that I almost had to be moved around wheelchairs most of the time because I couldn't even walk. I realized there was a part of my leg, the tibialis anterior, it was so inflamed that it was sending the toxins because pretty much the muscle was dead. It was inflamed, and the toxins from my dead muscles was getting sent towards my kidneys. And here my kidneys got to sit here and filter out all those toxic chemicals going through my kidneys. So I'm sitting here just suffering. And at the time, here we had incompetent hospital, man. Here I was in there for 4 days, get sent all the way to Children's in Columbus. 4 more days over there to realize here I was supposed to have surgery on my leg, but it was too late. So my tibialis anterior is pretty much dead. It's scarred muscle tissue down there. There's nothing there. It's crazy. But for total, I spent over 8 days in the hospital. And it was just one of the craziest, most life-changing experiences I ever had. And it's something to this day I always remember and pretty scarred from. But I overcame that. The reason why I'm, explaining my injuries, my whole entire backstory is to go to show that there was one point in time that I was just a regular average kid that was just doing regular stuff that just so happened to, suffer from life traumatic things. I got assaulted when I was a kid, and then here I'm suffering, life-threatening injuries, because rhabdomyolysis, man, is no joke. And I'm still suffering to this day. This happened way back in 2014. I still suffer to this day because of that. With rhabdomyolysis, there's certain levels towards it. There's this thing called CK level. And for a normal level, it'll be around 50 to 100, 200 level, right? Anything over 1,000 is extremely harmful to a person. My level was over 20,000. 20,000. My CK level was over 20,000. And it stayed 20,000 for over 5 days straight. So just imagine, bro, you suffering for 5 days straight. And by the time it started to slowly lower to the 8th day mark, and that's when I was able to get set free. I don't want to wish that upon anybody because, man, I was suffering back in the day with rhabdomyolysis. So right after that injury, I just didn't do nothing else after that. There was no other sports, no physical activity, because I thought, I was, even afterwards, the aftermath, I was still suffering from it. I had lower back pain for the longest. I was walking funny. My leg was always hurting. So really, I just chose to chill. And because of that, it led me to gaming more, binge watching YouTube videos, eating a lot of junk food. And eventually, it started to pile on and pile on and pile on. Just imagine being 15, 16, weighing over 250. You know what I'm saying? And then, you hit 17, 18, you topping the scales over 300 pounds, and you still, matching 300 pounds for quite some time. You consistently weighing over 300 pounds, and you're not doing anything about it. See, back then, I was too, I don't know, I let my football injury be an excuse why I didn't do nothing. So, after all the heavy gaming, all the excess eating, at 17 years old, the heaviest I ever weighed was over 303 pounds. And you trust and believe my mindset was all over the place back then. But one day, I realized that, the mental and physical pain was just hurting the people around me. It wasn't just me, it's the people around me that matters, because I matter to somebody. I matter to a lot of people that really truly care about me, and I'm pretty much the reason why they're here today. For me to be selfish and want to take myself out this world or do any harm to myself or let myself, just rot and let life go on by, it's going to affect the people around. So I decided that I want to change. I wanted to change. I wanted to get off this bubble that I was in. And I know that I have potential. It's not too late for me. On January 1st, 2018, I made a resolution to change my life. At that time, I was 284 pounds. I enrolled in a class focused on exercise and health. This was my first time I made a real commitment to make a lifelong change for myself. I was a senior in high school at the time and only got one chance at this. Let's go ahead and shoot for the stars. The secret? Consistency, progress, and hard work. The key to my success wasn't no fad diet or no extreme measures. It was following a structured plan that focused on exercise, mindful eating, and, being consistent. Progress over time equals results. Legit, that's the true answer. When my class started, all we had was workout programs to follow. I just remember going back to school and I just started busting shit because I just knew that, even before then I was watching workout content. So I kind of had an idea on how to work out. And I just knew that, I really want to just go all in. I just want to go all in. And for a while, a month in, of consistently being in that class, following the plan, and just controlling my eating habits, just a month in, I go from 284 to 258 pounds. That fast. Just from simple changes to my habits. Man, you shouldn't let me see that, because after that, I was a full changed man. So to get deeper, the strength training, the exercises that truly changed my body. Strength training was a critical part of my transformation. I focus on full body workouts that engage in multiple muscle groups. Here are some key exercises that I perform consistently. Machines, lat pull downs, leg presses, and chest presses. 2 is dumbbells, dumbbell bench presses, dumbbell rows, and some goblet squats. See, in the weight room in my high school, all we had was just purely machines. But even then, with just the machines and dumbbells, I put in that work. I just went as crazy as I could. Upper body, I do on the upper body machines. Lower body machines. Stay consistent for a long period of time. You're not overeating on garbage. Next thing you know, I'm starting to see results. And I kept on seeing results. That's what's even scarier. I just kept on seeing results. Ain't that crazy? So later on in my journey, I finally got a membership. First, it went from a Planet Fitness membership, then later on to a YMCA membership. And I see we got barbells now. And I got introduced to deadlifts, benches, overhead pressing, squats, things of that nature. For as long as I will remember, I did this for about 5 to 6 days a week. And over time, I'm just progressing like crazy. And we do a mix of weightlifting, not just weightlifting, but calisthenics. Calisthenics and cardio were essential for fat burning and endurance. I incorporated these bodyweight movements for flexibility, core strength, and fat burning. I'm telling you, push-ups, pull-ups, squats, planks, some of the few, even dips. Some of those are just a few that just build the absolute base of yourself. And if you mix the calisthenics with weightlifting, I'm trying to tell you, it would truly transform your whole entire physique just like that. You throw in a little bit of cardio, and here, believe it or not, I barely did cardio. Barely. I've never been a big fan of cardio, even to this day. Never been a big fan of cardio. Purely lifted on low calories. The difference is being consistent. You're burning calories even when you're weightlifting. So as long as you stay consistent, I'm telling you, you're going to sit here and progress. But I still did a little bit of cardio, at least 25 minutes, sometimes 30. And when I do cardio, I do maybe a little bit of walking, jogging, some treadmill, elliptical. But one of my favorites is jump rope. Jump roping was by far my favorite tool for losing weight. Super fast. Everybody is sleeping on jump roping, but I'm gonna put y'all on game. Jump roping is S tier. Losing weight isn't just about working out. Nutrition plays a massive role. I tracked everything I ate, making sure that I stayed in the caloric deficit. So I'm making sure that I tracked all my calories in a journal. My Fitness Pal is really one of the good ones that can just truly track how many calories that you've been consuming just to be able to stay in that caloric deficit. Have a caloric limit and stay in a caloric deficit. That right there is the answer. Because you're eating too damn much and you're not even being aware of how many calories you consume a day. Once you start to become aware, have that caloric limit, so that way you can sit here and be like, all right, I'm gonna sit here and subtract or add. You manipulating your calories. That's how you're gonna become successful at this. Aim for the balance. Focus on protein rich foods. Chicken, fish, eggs, to name a few. Healthy snacks, fruits, nuts, and vegetables instead of the chips, the cookies, the sugary snacks. Try to avoid liquid calories as much as you can because it's almost like you just add in even more and more calories, which in return, you're going to struggle to lose more weight. I kept my calories around 2,000 at most. I try to stay around that range between 1,800 to 22,000, and that limit right there. And I can even subtract even lower. Sometimes going low as 1,500. And trust and believe, it wasn't an easy feat. If you stay consistent, you're going to see changes drastically. The true proven methods that work. Here's the true proven method right here, right now. I want you to get the paper, pencil ready. Listening? All right, listen very carefully. Number one, consistency. Like I said before, I exercise 5 to 6 days a week, mixing strength training, calisthenics, and some cardio. Progressive overload. I increase the weights gradually to challenge my muscles. The caloric deficit. I track my food intake, focusing on eating fewer calories than what I burned. Number 4, patience and discipline. Results didn't come overnight, but over time, the small wins just added up. 5, rest and recovery. I allow my body time to recover by getting enough sleep and staying hydrated. It's not about extreme diets or overworking yourself. It's about sticking to the plan and being patient with the process. Once you get the plan, stick to the process. Be patient. You just want to rush stuff. You just want to sit here and just get straight to there. All right. If you stay consistent, you got the plan, you stick with the plan, you're going to get results. I had the plan. I had a plan. Work out as hard as I can for a period of time while not overeating for as long as I can. That's really what it is. There ain't no steroids involved. No, hell, I need this supplement, that supplement, or go ahead get that surgery. There's no point for me. It just takes that point in your head to go ahead and go for it. As simple as that. And as a result, 10 months later, lost over 100 pounds, going from 284 to 180 in November. Trust and believe, man, I felt so different from where I was. I just couldn't believe that I was this individual, that I did that in that fast amount of time. And I truly changed my life, and I fully feel different. But I have different experiences too. You know, people respected me more. I get noticed totally a lot more. But when I look in the mirror, like it's like, wow, I really did that. But I still want more. So I never stop. You should never stop. Once you found that goal and you got to the end goal, set a whole nother goal. Your main goal is to keep leveling up and see how far you go, how far you push it. So what can you learn from my journey? The most important thing that I've learned, progress just doesn't happen overnight. Consistency over time brings results. You stick to the process and you'll see change. If someone like me can do it, so can you. But how can you start? Set a clear, realistic goal for your weight loss. Start with a simple exercise that you enjoy, like walking, jogging, MMA, boxing, fencing, anything that involves you moving, being active, things of that nature. Join a fitness class, hiking, walk, like things that gonna get you into the motion. Cut out junk food and practice portions control. Focus on whole foods instead of processed foods. Stay consistent and track your progress weekly. And most importantly, do not quit. Progress takes time. Be patient. You can do this, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. If you really want to change your life, you got to start today. The journey won't be easy, but results will be worth it. If I can overcome my weight struggles, bro, my insecurities, my doubts, my health struggles, so can you. I'm trying to tell you, I was a loser, at least in my head. At least I thought I was. 7 years later, bro, I'm approaching 7 years. I'm still in this boat, still training. I'm still in the game, going hard, going strong. If you truly want to change your life, how badly do you want to change your life? Let's get it, for real. So, as a recap, step one, set a clear goal for yourself. Decide how much weight you want to lose and commit. Step two, follow a consistent training program. Aim for 4 to 6 days per week of exercise. Mix of strength training, cardio, and calisthenics. Step 3. Create a caloric deficit. Track your calories and stay in a deficit by eating nutritional dense foods. Step 4. Progress over time. Gradually increase the intensity of your workouts and track progress weekly. Step 5. Stay disciplined and patient. Results take time, but with consistency and hard work, you will see transformation. And that right there is how you truly have a body transformation. That goes from a weight loss to weight gain. You apply this, guarantee it, you will see change. If I can lose 100 pounds in 10 months, so can you. I'm telling you, even more than me. The truth of the matter is, you can transform your life in any time amount that you give yourself. As much as you invest your time and energy in towards yourself, you will see change. You will see progress. The most important thing is not to give up. Start small, stay consistent, and just do not give up. Trust the process, and the results will come. We in this together, bro. All you have to do is just stay consistent. It's all in your head. Fitness is mental. Fitness is mental. And here I am 7 years later. And from what I've learned is that anything works. So here, after a while of helping people, this is one of my dudes, bro, that all he did was listen to my advice. And look, he already transformed his whole entire physique just by listening to me. So here I created a system that helps men and women just achieve their best physical shapes in 90 days or less, guaranteed. Because with this system, it's years of knowledge and experience, going from learning how to master your body weight, learning how to control your calories, learn what the hell calories even is, nutrients, things of that nature, becoming more self aware of who you are, more self aware of your mindset, but really just being a better you. That's what the goal of this program is that I created, is to become a better you. If you ain't going to sit here and invest in you, then you ain't gonna become a better you. You're just gonna be just like everybody else, lost in the sauce. But at least my man right here actually took the steps forward and actually changed his own life. That ain't even the only example I got for you. This my other dude right here. Just by listening to my advice over the years, bro, look at my boy. Truly transformed his whole entire life, bro. So I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm going to sit here and start training people. So I got this system where in 90 days, yeah, in 90 days. So if someone like me was able to lose over 100 pounds in 10 months, bro, how much am I willing to transform your life in 90 days? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you the secret sauce on how to transform your life. This system right here is guaranteed. This here get you in the best shape, both mentally and physically, because my goal out of this whole entire thing, my whole entire channel is all about becoming a better you. Or are you willing to invest? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to become a better you? Do you want to become more attractive? Be more confident? Love yourself? If that's the case, you want me to work with you? Book a call with me, and I can see if you qualify for my training program. Spots is limited, but trust and believe, bruh, we ain't gonna sit here and waste no time. I'm here to help you and transform your life just as much as I did. But you have to take that one step forward in order to see your life change. I love y'all.